On the road right now. I want to kind of put some context in for anyone who might see this.
Right.
You're on the road right now. Could you give a little bit of background about yourself, what you do, your job duties, that kind of stuff, family, like what's your
Yeah.
situation like?
Yeah. So I'm the president of a construction company, and sorry, just one second.
No
I'm the
worries. That's
president.
what being the president
Yeah.
is.
So I'm the president of a construction company. I started out as just an apprentice about back in 2005. So I've been with the same company a little over 20 years now. So it's really exciting. Really good people, and part of our job is working on the road. So I'm still part of the sales team, so I'm always on the road meeting with clients. Obviously, that comes in with lots of dinners and drinks and stuff like that. So that's always been a hard one for me. But I feel like I found that that stride now. My family, longtime wife, we've been married for 18 years, and we have a boy that's 12, and we love to travel. We love all the experiences.
From your experience, man, what was the moment where you recognized that it was time for you to change?
Um, I think the moment in time for me, I was spending some time with some family. I was with actually my dad and my brother, and we're out fishing and having a great time. And obviously, we're having some drinks and eating lots of smoked salmon and stuff like that. And I remember just kind of sitting there one night and I could feel it. I was feeling sluggish. I didn't feel good about myself. I felt tired all the time. Was kind of getting like skin reactions and all kinds of stuff that was going on with my body. And kind of just made a decision that night. I was going to go home and make an education decision on what I wanted to do, and get in touch with the right people. This is going back though, like 3 years or 2 years
Wow.
at least. And I finally went down a path. And like I said, I started doing the fasting thing and getting all, trying different carnivore diet and stuff like that. But I hit a wall. And, yeah, I lost 15 pounds really fast. But then I was stuck and nothing else was coming off. And that's when I decided to get a hold of yourself and get on a plan, a structured plan. And not that I haven't done these before, but I felt this one was different just because just felt a little bit closer to home. You're definitely a person that relates to me. And I always love the fact that it wasn't just go, go, go all the time, 100%. There's that little bit of wiggle room. And that in my lifestyle, I needed that, of course, because I'm on the road a lot and working a lot, and it's just like most people are. And I needed that happy medium, but it's been so enjoyable so far. I've loved every moment of it. Yeah.
Kevin, I'm curious, brother, just to get people in the know of what you're doing here.
Yeah.
What are some of the results that you have gotten while we have worked together so far?
I would say, not just yeah, the weight's been coming off. I started at 217 pounds when I started the program with you. I'm currently at 199.4, so significant weight loss within it's been 11 weeks now that we've been working together. But the weight is one thing. It's the skin. I feel better. I don't have as much like blotchiness going on. But it's just a matter of how good I feel, and feel energized now, way more energy than I did before. I'm excited to get up in the morning. My mood is way better. I was kind of find myself grumpy and miserable a lot of the time because I just wasn't feeling good. And that's completely changed. Every day has been so great. I wake up, I've been sleeping a lot better, obviously, as some of the weight came off. My wife even told me I don't snore anymore, which is pretty cool.
Nice.
That's
That's the
like,
first time I'm hearing this. You didn't mention that to me before. Amazing.
yeah, so that was a big one. And she was like, holy shit, you're not snoring anymore. I'm like, wow, I have no idea. So that really helped me. And I think that's part of the reason why I am feeling better is just because I'm getting better sleeps at night.
More
And
restful sleep. Yeah.
in my world, I'm traveling all the time, so I'm trying to find ways to make sure I continue a lot of these processes while I'm on the road. So it's
Yeah.
finding little things, in the hotel rooms, or sometimes, if I have to stay in a camp or something like that. You're just finding ways to make sure to get it done, and it's not always going to be perfect. Just because there's no gym or anything like that, it doesn't mean you can't go back to your room and do some push-ups or some squats or something like that, or walk around. And the big thing for me was obviously the calories. So
Yeah.
the way I'm eating now, what I'm focusing on, I'm not necessarily meal prepping, but I'm focused on what I'm buying for groceries, and what I'm eating during the day.
Mhm.
And like I said, it's not perfect, but I'm just looking at the bare ass minimums, and I
Yeah.
love that term, and trying to hit those goals every day. And it's really become more natural now. Like, I don't feel like I'm actually have to scale so much anymore. It's almost like I look at something and it just kind of makes sense, and that's been the biggest part of all the changes for me. And so far, it's
That
been
aspect with the nutrition and food.
oh, absolutely, yeah.
They don't realize right now that you're actually in a hotel, you're not at home, you're on the road right now. So I want
Yeah.
to know, like, specifically what has allowed you to better manage your health and your fitness when you're on the road.
Yeah, so I think it's just really planning out, understanding where I'm going. Obviously, when you're down in a place like Vancouver, it's pretty easy to get out and walk around and get those steps in. Where it's difficult is, sometimes the hotels have a gym, sometimes they don't. So you got to figure that out too, and figure out what you're going to do as far as getting your workouts done. But I would say the biggest challenge is definitely the food. You're constantly eating out. You're going to restaurants for morning, lunch, and dinner. So what I try to do is pack some healthy snacks as well, some fruit and vegetables from the grocery store nearby. Just packing little things for snacks throughout the day. But just kind of researching some of the restaurants I'm going to beforehand to understand what's on the menu.
Brilliant.
And obviously looking at those high protein items to hit, and stay away from some of the higher fattier stuff that's going on in those types of places. So, and I think that's been the biggest thing for me is, typically when I was coming on these trips, you get back and you're tired, and all of a sudden you're ordering skip the dishes, and you're eating a burger late at night and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that. That's one of the biggest changes I've made, is not doing that. And I think because of the way I'm eating now and having these bigger, sustainable meals, I feel fuller throughout the day, and I'm not looking for some things at night to snack on. And I think that was more of a stress related thing for me as well.
Right there, you just nailed it, brother. A lot of the reason why a lot of people struggle with night eating is they're not giving their body sufficient food or things that it needs during the day, such as high protein things, high fiber foods. So yeah, so that's huge. That's huge. I'm kind of curious, since we've worked together, what has surprised you the most about the plan, the process, just simply working with me? What has surprised you the most?
I think just really how easy it's been, to be honest. After a couple weeks, it just felt very, natural. And I think as soon as you started to feel better, like, you always wake up feeling great if if you're doing it right. And I think that was the biggest thing for me. I really look forward to waking up in the mornings. The first thing I do is jump on the scale and have a look and see how I was doing. But I think that's the biggest thing, is just you know how I've made it part of my everyday life. And yeah, no, I'm not completely stopped drinking. I'm gonna have a glass of wine here and there with my wife, which we really enjoy out on the deck, and
Of course.
that's not something I'm gonna get rid of. And I think that's a big part of it too, is that it doesn't have to be perfect. It needs to be sustainable, because this is something, I'm 44 this year, and I wasn't looking for some quick fix. I finally made up my mind to say, like, I need to live a lifestyle for the rest of my life in this way, and if I can figure out a way to do it, then great. And this has been awesome for me, because I've still been able to enjoy a lot of the little things with. We had a big family dinner here recently, and we all got together and had a nice meal and had a few glasses of wine. It was great. And you just kind of go back to work the next day. And that's not has to be every night, it's every now and then. And I think I've found that really, stride with what I can do on a daily basis. And I think that's been the biggest thing for me, for sure.
Obviously, I love doing this and I love being a part of this with you, man. Like, honestly, but one of the best things for me is that as we have the opportunity in this container, in this plan, with putting the structure that makes sense for your life into place. We put the fat loss priority ladder in place, so you know that the effort that you're putting in is actually going to go towards your results. If you were doing this alone, it would be a lot of guesswork, and you wouldn't be able to put the accelerator pedal on like that, because you wouldn't have the same level of clarity, same level of organization or structure and the plan. That's why the benefit with doing it this way is we can put you on the fast track and still do it the right way, as opposed to have like a lot of misfires and, go down this way. Oh, that didn't work. Got to revert back to the normal path again. You know the path and you just got to stay the course.
Yeah.
So, brother, the last question I have for you, man, is what would you say to a guy who's sitting on the fence about getting some help?
In the end, you have to decide for yourself that this is what you want to do. And I think if you're tired of what you're seeing in the mirror, or you're just not feeling very great, you want to be better, you want to drop some pounds, but just honestly just feel better, take the plunge. Like get involved with this. And because it's life changing, and it's been life changing for me. I feel like every part of my life has been better since I've started it. I have a better relationship with my wife, a better relationship with my son. I feel like business has been better for me, and just having that energy when I'm talking to clients and different people and working in the office around my team, they can see it on myself. I have more energy. I'm more excited to be there. Like I said, everything has revolved around my mood, and my mood has been better than it has been probably in the last 5-6 years. So I think if you're sitting there and you're wondering about it, I think it's probably the best decision I ever made is going through this program. It's been awesome.
Awesome, man. That friggin' makes my day. I'll tell you that. I know you've been successful, but to hear those words come out of your mouth is amazing for me. And I know someone's going to get inspired by that. And I appreciate it. I appreciate you giving me the time out of your check-in call, to actually allow me to ask you these questions, brother.